I asked him about it, and he said he was sort of hesitant. He said, "Gee, I don't know." He said, "You're doing pretty well right now in the movies," and he said, "You're at a point where if you got just the right break."
Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. We all remember Gunsmoke as one of the most popular and best Western shows of all time. With its 20 years of legacy and iconic stars, it became a fan favorite show in no time. James Arness, also known as Matt Dillon, was also one of those iconic stars. Even though he was very professionalized and kind to other casts, there was one co-star he didn't enjoy working with. Who was that co-star? And why did he not enjoy working with them? Be in the video as we will talk about it, and also who is the only co-star James Arness wanted off the show. For an impressive 20 years, from 1955 to 1975, Gunsmoke reigned supreme on television, standing tall as the most beloved Western of all time. While Westerns dominated the airwaves in the 1950s, their popularity faded in the following decades. But Gunsmoke refused to ride off into the sunset. With its gripping stories, richly developed characters, and a raw, authentic portrayal of life in the Old West, the show didn't just survive, it thrived. Week after week, families gathered around their televisions to watch Marshal Matt Dillon uphold the law with a steady hand and an unwavering sense of justice. As other genres rose to prominence, Gunsmoke remained a cultural touchstone, setting the standard for Western dramas and securing its place as a timeless piece of television history. Gunsmoke wasn't just a show, but a trailblazer that reshaped television itself. It began humbly as a radio drama before leaping to television, where it continually evolved to keep audiences hooked. Starting as a 30-minute black and white program, its growing popularity soon demanded more. The show expanded to a full hour while still in black and white, giving viewers more time to immerse themselves in the rugged world of Dodge City. As television advanced, so did Gunsmoke, eventually embracing full color, which brought the dusty plains and dramatic showdowns to life like never before. Each transformation was a deliberate effort to stay fresh and engaging, proving that the key to its extraordinary 20-year run was an ability to adapt without losing its heart. Through constant reinvention, Gunsmoke became more than just a Western. It became a television legend and one of the longest-running scripted dramas in history. Before Gunsmoke became a television legend, it made its mark as a groundbreaking radio drama from 1952 to 1961. Known for its gritty storytelling and unflinching portrayal of the Wild West, the radio show captured the imagination of listeners across the country. When Gunsmoke made the leap to television in 1955, producers took a bold step. They kept the radio version running for another 6 years. This rare dual presence allowed Gunsmoke to dominate both the airwaves and the small screen, cementing its place as a true entertainment pioneer. The radio series didn't just inspire the television show, it laid the foundation for its rich storytelling and authentic atmosphere, ensuring the heart and soul of Gunsmoke remained intact across both mediums. William Conrad's deep, commanding voice gave life to Marshal Matt Dillon during Gunsmoke's radio days, capturing the grit and authority of the frontier lawman. However, when the show transitioned to television, the producers felt that Conrad's appearance didn't fit their vision for the on-screen Dillon. Instead, they turned to James Arness, whose towering frame and rugged good looks embodied the heroic image they wanted. The decision proved to be a masterstroke. Arness's iconic portrayal made Matt Dillon one of the most recognizable and beloved characters in television history. Meanwhile, Conrad's talent and versatility shone elsewhere, as he went on to enjoy a successful career across both film and television, proving that his star power extended far beyond radio. In 1967, Gunsmoke faced the threat of cancellation after more than a decade as a primetime powerhouse. CBS, eager to make room for new programming, initially planned to end the beloved Western. But when word got out, fans were outraged. They bombarded the network with letters and protests demanding the show stay on the air. Even some CBS executives, who had a personal attachment to the series, rallied behind it. In a surprising twist, the network decided to cancel Gilligan's Island instead, saving Gunsmoke from the chopping block. The show was then moved to Monday nights, where it not only survived, it thrived. This decision highlighted Gunsmoke's immense cultural impact and proved that a passionate fan base could shape the future of television. With an incredible 635 episodes spanning 20 seasons, Gunsmoke held the record for the most episodes of any primetime scripted series for decades. This impressive achievement stood unchallenged until 2018, when The Simpsons, a cultural juggernaut known for its witty take on modern American life, surpassed it. By now, The Simpsons has aired over 700 episodes across more than 30 seasons, but Gunsmoke's legacy remains unparalleled. While The Simpsons reflect contemporary humor, Gunsmoke captured the rugged spirit of the Old West, offering viewers gripping stories of justice and survival. Its longevity in an era with far fewer television options speaks to its power and popularity, securing Gunsmoke's place as a trailblazer and an enduring icon of primetime television. When it came to casting Dodge City's steadfast Marshal Matt Dillon, Hollywood icon John Wayne was at the top of the list. However, the Duke turned down the role, unwilling to commit to the grueling pace of a television production schedule. Still, Wayne believed in Gunsmoke and lent it his star power by filming a special introduction for the pilot episode, an endorsement that helped the show make a splash right out of the gate. While his support gave Gunsmoke an early boost, it was James Arness who ultimately stepped into Dillon's boots. Arness not only made the role his own, but crafted a performance so iconic that it rivaled Wayne's legendary screen presence, securing his place in television history. Before James Arness became the towering figure of Marshal Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke, he was a real-life hero on the battlefield. Drafted into the U.S. Army in 1943, Arness served with the 3rd Infantry Division during World War II, fighting in the brutal Allied invasion of Anzio, Italy. Just 10 days into the campaign, he was severely wounded by German machine gun fire, an injury that cost him part of his foot and left him hospitalized for months. For his bravery, Arness was awarded the Bronze Star and Purple Heart before being honorably discharged. These wartime experiences left a profound mark on him, instilling a quiet strength and resilience that he later channeled into his portrayal of Matt Dillon. Arness's real-life courage and steadfastness became the foundation of the iconic lawman audiences would come to know and love. James Arness's battlefield scars didn't just shape his character, they also affected his work on Gunsmoke. The injuries he sustained during World War II, particularly to his knees and feet, caused him lasting discomfort throughout his acting career. To ease his physical strain, the production team made thoughtful adjustments on set. Scenes requiring heavy walking or physical action were scheduled early in the morning before the pain became too intense. Despite these challenges, Arness's portrayal of Marshal Matt Dillon remained seamless. His dedication to the role, combined with the crew's creative scheduling, ensured that his performance never wavered. Just like Dillon's unwavering resolve to uphold the law, Arness's ability to push through his pain reflected the same grit and determination that made both the actor and the character legendary. For 16 seasons on Gunsmoke, the town's beloved physician, known simply as Doc, remained a man of mystery, without even a first name. Played by the talented Milburn Stone, Doc became a fixture of the series, offering equal parts medical wisdom and gruff charm. Yet behind the scenes, the writers left an intriguing detail unresolved: what to call him. Trusting that no one knew the character better than Stone himself, they gave him the honor of choosing the name. Drawing inspiration from the ancient Greek physician Galen, a pioneer in medical science, Stone selected Galen as a fitting tribute. The name not only added depth to the character, but also reflected the historical figure's compassion and intellect, giving viewers a new layer to the man who had long been Dodge City's steadfast healer. During Gunsmoke's penultimate season, a young Gary Busey made a memorable mark on the iconic series. He played Harv Daly in the third-to-last episode, a role that would become part of Gunsmoke history. In a dramatic and emotional moment, Daly became the final character ever killed on the show, marking a significant milestone in the series' long legacy of gripping storytelling. Busey's powerful performance not only added depth to his growing resume, but also linked him forever to one of television's most legendary programs. His portrayal of Daly served as a poignant reminder of the show's signature blend of action and heartfelt drama, offering a fitting tribute as Gunsmoke neared the end of its historic run. From its very first episode, Gunsmoke set the tone with an unforgettable image: Marshal Matt Dillon squaring off in a tense gunfight against a challenger. This dramatic opening captured the danger of life in Dodge City and became one of the show's most iconic visuals. However, as the 1970s approached, American attitudes toward media violence began to shift. With growing pressure from anti-violence campaigns, television networks were urged to soften their content. In response, Gunsmoke replaced its classic gunfight introduction with a more subdued opening sequence. While the change reflected evolving cultural standards, it didn't diminish the heart of the show. By adapting to the times while staying true to its core themes, Gunsmoke demonstrated its resilience, proving once again why it remained a beloved staple in American households for 2 decades. The opening credits of Gunsmoke, where Marshal Matt Dillon faces off against an unknown gunslinger, became one of the most iconic scenes in television history. Sharp-eyed viewers might notice a touch of Hollywood recycling. The showdown takes place on the same dusty street used in the classic Western High Noon, adding a bit of cinematic nostalgia to the moment. While the scene is serious on screen, behind the scenes, James Arness brought a playful spirit to filming. In one humorous take, he jokingly let the gunman win, leaving the cast and crew in fits of laughter. This light-hearted moment stood in stark contrast to Dillon's tough and stoic persona, offering a glimpse of the warm camaraderie on set and Arness's good-natured personality. Miss Kitty Russell was one of Gunsmoke's most intriguing characters, but her backstory underwent a subtle transformation when the show moved from radio to television. On the original radio series, Kitty was portrayed as a professional madam, a detail that added layers to her character but remained an open secret. However, television in the 1950s operated under stricter content guidelines, and network executives were keen to keep Gunsmoke family-friendly to maintain its widespread appeal. As a result, Kitty's past was softened, and her profession was downplayed. On screen, she evolved into a respected businesswoman who ran the Long Branch Saloon with charm and independence. This change not only made Kitty more relatable to audiences, but also ensured the show could captivate viewers of all ages without controversy. Despite the shift, Amanda Blake's warm and spirited portrayal kept Kitty a beloved and essential part of the Gunsmoke legacy. James Arness, known for his calm and professional demeanor as Marshal Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke, got along with most of his co-stars, except for one. Behind the scenes, tensions simmered between Arness and Amanda Blake, who played Dillon's love interest and the Long Branch Saloon owner, Kitty Russell. While their on-screen chemistry captivated audiences, personal disagreements and creative clashes reportedly created friction between the two actors. Despite Blake's importance to the show and her status as a fan favorite, Arness privately expressed that he preferred she leave the series. Their rocky relationship added an intriguing layer to the behind-the-scenes story of one of television's most beloved westerns. Nevertheless, Blake remained a key part of Gunsmoke for 19 seasons before eventually departing on her own terms, leaving a lasting mark on the show's rich legacy. While Amanda Blake's portrayal of Miss Kitty Russell became iconic, she wasn't the original choice for the role. The part initially belonged to actress Polly Bond, a seasoned performer from a show business family who had already made a name for herself in westerns by the age of 11. However, Bond turned down the opportunity to focus on her personal life, opening the door for Blake to step in. Once she took on the role, Blake transformed Miss Kitty into one of television's most beloved characters. Her charm, wit, and emotional depth brought a unique energy to Gunsmoke, proving that sometimes fate has a better plan. What began as a casting twist became a defining element of the show's enduring legacy. As Gunsmoke entered its final decade, the toll of James Arness's old battlefield injuries became increasingly apparent. Years of wear and tear, combined with severe arthritis, made the show's long and demanding filming days a serious challenge. To ease his discomfort, the production team adjusted the shooting schedule, filming Arness's scenes in daily blocks, allowing him crucial time to rest and recover. Despite the pain, Arness's dedication never wavered. He continued to deliver the commanding, steadfast performances that fans had come to love. His ability to push through his physical limitations not only kept Gunsmoke alive, but also solidified his legacy as one of television's most enduring and beloved leading men. When Gunsmoke quietly ended in 1975, fans faced a bittersweet reality. There would be no grand farewell for the beloved series. After 20 seasons as a cornerstone of American television, the show concluded without the creators knowing it was the final chapter. Unlike modern series that craft emotional, carefully planned finales, Gunsmoke simply ended with a regular episode, leaving storylines open-ended and viewers longing for closure. Despite the absence of a formal goodbye, the show's legacy remains untarnished. Through countless reruns and the unforgettable characters that brought Dodge City to life, Gunsmoke continues to endure, a timeless reminder of television's golden age and the power of a great story. Glenn Strange, best known as Sam, the loyal bartender at the Long Branch Saloon, brought warmth and humor to Gunsmoke's often gritty world. His portrayal added depth to the ensemble cast and made him a beloved figure among fans. Before joining the show, Strange had an impressive Hollywood career, famously playing Frankenstein's monster in several classic films. Gunsmoke would ultimately be his final role, as he remained on the series until his passing in 1973. Though his career spanned decades, it was his time in Dodge City that left a lasting impression. As both a vital part of the Gunsmoke family and a talented character actor, Glenn Strange's legacy in television and film is fondly remembered by fans in the entertainment industry alike. When Gunsmoke was abruptly canceled in 1975, it wasn't just the fans who were shocked. The cast was equally blindsided. Unlike today's carefully orchestrated finales, the show simply ended without warning. Most of the cast learned the news not from the producers, but through media reports. Even James Arness, the face of Gunsmoke, only found out because trade journals had already broken the story. The sudden and unceremonious cancellation left the cast and crew reeling, marking a bittersweet conclusion to one of television's most beloved westerns. Despite the abrupt end, Gunsmoke's legacy lived on, its characters and stories continuing to captivate audiences for generations. The final episode of Gunsmoke in 1975 didn't mark the end of its legendary run. Between 1987 and 1994, the beloved Western returned with 5 made-for-TV movies: Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge, Gunsmoke, The Last Apache, Gunsmoke, To the Last Man, Gunsmoke, The Long Ride, and Gunsmoke, One Man's Justice. These films reunited the cast and brought fans back to the dusty streets of Dodge City. At the heart of them all was James Arness, who once again donned his badge to play the iconic Marshal Matt Dillon. While the films may not have received widespread critical acclaim, they offered a nostalgic continuation of the series, giving fans a heartfelt chance to revisit the world and characters they cherished for so many years. Before James Arness became a television icon as Marshal Matt Dillon, he was a real-life hero on the battlefield. In 1944, during World War II, Arness fought courageously in the Battle of Anzio in Italy, where he was shot in the lower leg and foot. For his bravery, he was awarded both the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart, returning home not just as an aspiring actor, but as a decorated war hero. However, the wounds he sustained never fully healed, leading to chronic pain and arthritis that would follow him throughout his life. On the Gunsmoke set, these injuries limited his ability to film for long hours, so his walking scenes were scheduled early in the day. Despite the physical toll, Arness's determination and grit shone through, both on screen and off, cementing his legacy as a hero in more ways than one.